is, and Mr. Edwards and I have spoken. We've agreed 7 to 8 minutes roughly is about the time that he needs to get through his presentation. He has a PowerPoint presentation that might assist him in making his statement, and so yes, Mayor, that is in place.
Sure.
In light of that, Jonathan Edwards, Mr. Edwards, we turn to you.
Good evening. Sustainability, leadership, innovation, urban walkability, a vibrant street life. These are themes that we've sounded throughout the redistricting discussion that we've had with you and the task force, and they're themes that are still relevant tonight. We're here, the Downtown Pasadena Neighborhood Association, united by common characteristics. We're here because we enjoy an urban way of life, as we've stated before. We live in mostly apartments and condominium buildings. We are residents, office workers, retail clerks, children, students, seniors, and all of these types of people intermix in our neighborhood. We interact within the public square. That's what's characteristic about us. And whether we're in South Lake or near the Playhouse District or near Old Pasadena, those are common characteristics. And we think that we are a cohesive, coherent neighborhood. We enjoy pedestrian, bike, and public transit, and that's what makes us distinctive. The Downtown Pasadena Neighborhood Association submitted our One Downtown District Plan to the task force because we think it would be useful, it would be better for downtown residents to have a council person who experiences our lifestyle on a daily basis. The daily experience of walking to shopping and government and grocery stores and work, walking around our urban neighborhood. And because we feel we'd be better represented by a council person with a supportive constituency who's, with the majority of the district, enjoys our urban lifestyle. Last time on April 2nd, you told us that the four-way split of downtown Pasadena is to our advantage, and that we should take comfort in the support that all council people have for downtown Pasadena. This four-way split, we feel, hasn't been to our advantage in the past. Our priorities don't seem like they've been the city's priorities. But we do appreciate the support you gave us last time, the stated need to have a strong, vibrant downtown community to support all of Pasadena. We appreciate that support, that you recognize us as a new reality in downtown, and that you recognize that downtown is the heart of our city, and it's important to have a healthy downtown. But now it's time to go beyond conceptual, spoken support and take action. We need to affect change. We are transitioning this area of the city from an auto-centered city to a people-centered city. That's what downtown is about. It's about people. People walking, people biking, people in shops, people in parks, people in office buildings. It's about people on the street. It's not enough to rest on the laurels of the 1994 general plan. That was an innovative plan. It was a good plan, and it was just the start. More change is needed. Other cities have taken the lead in certain areas. For example, the city of Temple City and Long Beach have adopted bike plans, which are far more innovative than anything we're doing. We cannot rest on what we've done in the past and assume that we will drift along as a leader among cities, as a progressive city, as somebody as a city that other cities look to as example, it takes continual painting of the fence, so to speak, continual change and progress towards walkability and urban living in downtown. Let me give some examples of change and action needed by you, the City Council. Parks. Urban residents have a greater need for parks. As you know, we live in apartments and condominiums, and therefore there's no backyards or front yards or private lawns that we have to enjoy nature. We depend on public parks and public spaces. The city recognized that several years ago when it implemented the ordinance that established residential impact fee. This charged new residents, new development, in order to build the new parks that the city recognized would have to be built. The problem is that downtown residents paid those residential impact fees, but no new parks were built in downtown Pasadena. And the maintenance of the existing Central Park and Memorial Park hasn't been fully funded and hasn't been implemented yet. Urban residents have a greater need for parks, but they haven't been provided. Instead, funds were taken from the residential impact fees collected and applied to Annandale Canyon Park, which isn't walkable from downtown. Our residents cannot walk to Annandale, and if they got in their cars and tried to find it, it's very difficult. It's very inaccessible because it's in such a remote location. At least $2 million of residential impact fees that were taken from the Central District were applied towards Annandale Canyon Park. This is an example of the past where downtown residents' needs weren't honored, where they weren't looked out for. And it's an opportunity in the future for how that can be changed. We need the City Council to earmark funds for specific downtown parks in the future. And we need the City Council to amend the residential impact fee ordinance so that it makes certain that funds taken from the downtown go to downtown parks. For example, we also need the council to amend the ordinance to allow parks smaller than 1 acre to be built. As you all know, the land is limited downtown. The ordinance as it currently reads says that it's to fund parks of 1 acre or more. Well, that's a problem. What we need are pocket parks in downtown, little tiny parks. 2 of those, presented in the slide before, are the Playhouse Park at Union and El Molino, and the park no name yet, but Cafe Culinary Theater Park on Madison in Colorado. This is a tiny little plot of land, far less than 1 acre. You'll see there, right near the Cordon Bleu, Zinke's shoe was recently removed. Earth Cafe is going to be there in the future. There's the Green Street, lots of shops on Green Street there, and it reverses the Playhouse District is the back. The Playhouse, Pasadena Playhouse, the back is to it. Imagine the opportunity for this little park. You've got cafe patrons drinking their coffee. You've got culinary students walking to and fro at night and day. They're there